I'm Steve Pierce.
I'm Rebecca.
And we have this farm here. I've thought many years about doing wind power. I investigated, well, it had to be 4 or 5 years ago, and it was just kind of expensive and had big towers and things. But when we found out about these Windspires through our son, it seemed like a pretty good idea.
My name is Morgan Pierce. I'm here on my family farm outside Ashland. We've lived here for about 20 years. Recently, we just, about a year and a half, started a hops yard. Through that, we started getting the whole green idea because we're doing all organic, hand-picked hops. And through that, I've kind of got a bunch of ideas of green technologies and alternative energy. So I started looking at what I can do to apply some alternative energy to our farm. So I connected with Randy Warren and started talking to him about different ideas for solar. And he mentioned these Mariah towers.
I'm Randy Warren. I am the owner of Green Technologies. I'm signing on with the idea that we all need to do something to make a difference, and it has to be green.
So we started looking into them a lot more, and they ended up being about a third of the price of the solar was going to be and generate more energy than the solar was.
And they're beautiful, they're kinetic.
They're works of art, really.
And they don't make any noise. And they make a lot of power.
These are vertical shaft wind turbines instead of the traditional horizontal shaft. They're smaller compared to the higher wind turbines. They'd have to be quite a bit higher. Yeah, you can see the 3 blades going up. The blade is actually a wind foil. The design is after the Apache helicopter because it has a more concave on one side and it creates a lot of lift. And so that's going to the outside, so when it's blowing, it's actually like drawing itself around. They're riding on a negatively charged magnet, so that makes it so there's 99% no resistance.
Obviously, you can see there's hardly any wind at all, and it's spinning. Right now, it's making 1.2 kW an hour in this amount of wind, which is a significant amount of electricity. The key to this is, as you go to bed at night, it's not done. It's going to be making electricity all night long, and it's feeding into the grid, so it's turning the meter backwards when you're not using it. You get up in the morning, you start using electricity, all you're using is what you made that night.
These should generate about 70 to 80% of our electrical needs here. And we do have a 5-acre farm. We have a welding shop and a wood shop. And so we use excessive energy. And so these will definitely cut down on that usage. We're actually able, if we want to expand and put more in if we really need to. They're super efficient, and I mean, the price is right. I mean, with all the tax incentives, you're paying minimal on this, just a couple grand to get them installed into your house.
With your tax credits, that actually has a payback period of less than 5 years.
So, I mean, it's definitely economical for anybody.
And they're so simple to put together and so easy to put up. The company that started with these has been working on it for 5 years. They took over 2 failed automotive plants in Michigan, retooled them, and they're using all recycled metal. The aluminum on the airfoils is all from airplanes, recycled. And all the rest of the parts are all recycled metal. So everything's made in the United States. They've really put together a product that I think is going to make a difference.
And we'll see how this goes. Maybe we'll get a couple more. I think they're going to be a real success. We're happy.
I have about 20 people waiting for these to go up. And they said as soon as they see one up spinning, they want one.